What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today's ride is the Kawasaki Z800, and there are few motorcycles in this world where I always wanted to ride and own. I really started getting the exposure to the superbikes back in 2012 to 2015, and those days many of the superbikes like elite class bikes were very expensive and very difficult to manage. And during those days, I think in 2014 Kawasaki introduced the Z800 to India. What a motorcycle, man. From those days itself, I always wanted to own a Kawasaki Z800 just because of the killer looks, the sound, and the way this motorcycle delivers the power and all is just next level. And after so many years, I'm getting a chance to ride this motorcycle again. This time I really got a chance to take it on a highway for a long trip itself. Previously, before my CBR 650R, I didn't got really a chance to test this motorcycle that extensively. So you can take this as a review or something like that, because it's an outdated model, but still this motorcycle holds good value in the second-hand market. I'm telling that because now also this motorcycle has a huge resale value. Just look at the motorcycle, it's already done 40,000 kilometers and it looks absolutely stunning. So this is not really the entire black color version. There is no entire black color itself. It's always that green stripes will be there, but my friend has repainted it to the entire black version and it looks stunning. I have to say that it looks simply stunning in every angle. That's what I mean. Design wise, I have to say that 10 out of 10. To be honest, I have to say that when the Z900 came in, I was a little disappointed when I just looked on to the Z900 after seeing the Z800 as well as the Z1000. And now it's like I like the Z900. That design has grown into me. Now I'll feel bad if the Z900 design changes to something else. So in my opinion, the Z1000 and the Z800 looks more sharper than the Z900. So walking around the motorcycle, you can see that the inline 4 pipes, it's just beautiful. And the best part is it has decent ground clearance for a super bike, and it comes with a LeoVince exhaust. Beautiful sound, man. It's not too loud, I have to say that, because the beauty about the longer pipe is that it won't be that loud, but it gives you a very bassy feel, and that too an inline 4, it's next level. So then coming on to the tail section, beautiful tail. I mean, look at that tail light. That's what I'm telling. You could see a lot of Z in this motorcycle beyond the tail light, and you can see the Z on the seat, and there's a Z emblem here. And if you closely look at the headlight, you can see that sharp Z somewhere over there. So altogether, it has a very sharp design. It looks very neat. So when I hop onto the motorcycle, it's a slightly taller motorcycle, not that tall, not too tall motorcycle, but man, this feels so good. Switches on the handlebar is very basic. Here you have the engine kill switch, the ignition, the high beam and the low beam, the caution lamp, indicators, horn and the pass switch. That's all. There is no traction control or any riding modes on this motorcycle. Instead you have the ABS on this motorcycle as standard. So when we turn on the ignition, it's really nice to see how it lights up. It has good amount of information I have to browse through. Really love this kind of dial. That's what I was telling. I mean, from every angle I was liking this motorcycle, be the dial, be the looks, be the sound, everything. Let's come back to the dial. So this is the tachometer, and this dial looks absolutely stunning at night. And you have the engine temperature here, the odometer, 2 trip meters, the clock, and when you press this button you'll get the average mileage, the range and all those things. Yeah, that's fine. And the fuel meter and the speedometer, that's all. I mean, it looks pretty decent. As I told, there is no riding modes or anything back then for the Z800. Even when the Z900 got launched, there wasn't any riding modes for that motorcycle, not even a traction control, and they introduced that with the latest model. Let's hear the exhaust. Anyway, I'll be recording a pure sound video for this exhaust. You can hear that, but let me give you a trailer. It might feel a little loud now, but don't worry, it is not that loud in the lower RPMs, but definitely in the higher RPM it is way loud to the rider and to the pillion. It is not disturbing at all to the people around you. It's like very nice. Yeah, let's go for the ride. I'm pretty excited. It's a slightly heavy motorcycle, but when you start riding it, that's not going to be a problem. So back on the road. Oh man, it's beautiful. Back in 2014 to 17, I'll say that this was a very powerful motorcycle in the segment. It's still very powerful. I don't want to underrate this motorcycle as such. I really don't know what were the competitors back then. Probably I think the Bentley 600i when it got launched. But Bentley 600i is a different kind of motorcycle itself. It's not like this. This motorcycle has decent bottom end torque, okay? you can practically use it as an everyday motorcycle, but when it comes to the mid RPMs and the top end, oh, it's powerful. And the engine is butter smooth. What can you expect from an inline 4 Kawasaki? I'll say that this motorcycle has got the right amount of power for the mid-weight street naked motorcycle, and you don't have many options, especially if you are looking in the second-hand market. Like as I told, the Bentley 600i is there. Then not many other choices. Then you have the Z650, the younger sibling of this one, which is a 2-cylinder, which has got its own advantages. I'm so much happy that this motorcycle has this wind visor. I'm not sure about the brand of the visor, but that's doing an amazing job, because I know that generally on this kind of a motorcycle I'll be truly pissed off with the wind blast. Seriously, at a speed of 110 or 120, but on this one it's like really nice. Like cruising on 160 is not an issue on this motorcycle, but the thing is, yes, you will get a lot of wind blast, so you have to manage it. But with this small windscreen itself, I'm able to hold on to 120 easily. And the suspension on the motorcycle is set towards the softer side. I have to say that this motorcycle can be easily used as a tourer. Only one thing is like the seats are a bit harder, so when you have a longer saddle, then I'll say that you might get a numb part. But I have to say that the owner of this motorcycle, my friend, he is in fact touring on this motorcycle, that too with pillion, a lot of kilometers, okay? So it's a mind, man. It's the mind which plays the game. And when it comes to the braking, I have to say that this motorcycle has enough and more braking power when compared to the new players in the segment. And that's what it is. I was mentioning that you can use this motorcycle as a daily motorcycle. The reason is because it doesn't have enormous or too much amount of torque, which just kills the fun riding it in the city. What you can do is like just put onto the third gear, be it in a very nice speed, and be in your own pace. You will be able to manage inside city. And when it comes to a highway like this, awesome machine. It's an inline 4. The refinement level is like next level. 120 easy, 120 to 150. Buy a taller windscreen and you can convert this motorcycle into a touring motorcycle. And if you ask me, in the second-hand market, I'll say that you can get a motorcycle for around 4.5 to 6.5 depending on the condition of the bike and the accessories that you have, and of course the number of kilometers which clocked. So I cannot just pinpoint this will be the right amount, but something from 4.5 to 6.5. And maintaining this motorcycle is not that pocket tearing. Like this goes to service once in 6 months or 6,000 kilometers, and one service will cost you somewhere like 8,000 rupees. And of course the tire life and the brake pad life, everything depends on your usage. But as far as I know, even I use the same profile on my CVR, like somewhat similar profile. So the tire life, if you are trying to put a slick tire on this, the track tire, then probably you'll get a tire life for 6,000 or 7,000 kilometers. That's all. A decent tire will give you a tire life of around 10k kilometers. And if you get something like 12 or 13k with some other budget tires, then some other little more hard compound tire, then good. My suggestion is to go for the soft compound tire, because it's an amazing motorcycle. It deserves a better tire. And if you have any doubts on the service, you can contact my friend. Here goes this Instagram ID. And not just Z800, you can ask any doubt about any Kawasaki motorcycle. Alright, I forgot to mention the rider's triangle on this motorcycle. I told you that this is a good touring machine, but let me explain you how we said. So you have a little bit of sportiness to your upper body. It's not completely upright. A bit of a sportiness which give you control on this wide handlebar. So a lot of control, and your lower body is completely relaxed. So the foot pegs are set underneath you, so it's not raise it and all. It gives you a lot of control, and you can see that without any discomforts my legs are resting there, so there won't be any kind of a cramped feel if you are riding this motorcycle for long. Whoa, and that's it, man. And as I told before, it's something like a dream come true for me, because I grew up looking onto this kind of motorcycle. Like I remember getting onto a job and going for my tours on 150cc motorcycles, and I've seen people riding the Z800, and I'm amazed, always amazed to see the motorcycle passing, because the inline sound and the slopes and everything. And when I was about to buy the motorcycle, yes, this got upgraded to the Z900, and finally it's a pleasure to ride it. So that's it with this quick video on the Z800. So I hope you like this video, and as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.